Shannon, do it.
No.
Do the ear popping thing.
No.
Please.
And with the snap of Shannon's ear, we were off to Italy. Yeah, you heard that right. My girlfriend can snap her ear. How freaking sweet is that? What is up, everyone? My name is Ramaz Ibrahim, aka Journeyman Ram, and in this video, my girlfriend Shannon and I will be bringing you along for a ride through Italy. This video is the first of a 5-part series in which we spend 10 days traveling through Rome, the Almafi coast, Lake Como, and finally ending in Venice. We will be showcasing some of the top things to do, best places to see, as well as just sharing some great travel advice we wish we knew while we were planning our trip. So if you're looking for recommendations for your upcoming trip to Italy, you're in the right place. So now, without further ado, let's go back to where it all started, with a red eye from New York City.
Alright guys, so it is around 10 a.m. Just landed in Rome. Beautiful airport. One thing that they have that I think is really impressive is a straight up hotboxing smoking room. If you want to smoke your heaters, get off a flight, a little bit stressed out, go in there and smoke a whole bunch of cigarettes with people. Cheers from Rome. Journeyman Ram and Shan here. Just got in from a red eye. Did not get much sleep at all, and we have not checked in yet. So we just dropped our stuff off and we're exploring, and I feel kind of gross because I haven't showered, but it's okay. We're still exploring. It's gonna be a good time. A lot to see in Rome.
But before we dive in, let me break down Rome for you guys a bit. Rome is smack dab in the middle of Italy, and for that reason is a great place to fly into. The main neighborhoods and places everyone likes to check out are mostly these 5 places. Trastevere, which is a beautiful bohemian vibe type of neighborhood with cool shops, restaurants, and nightlife, preferably our favorite. Monte, which was centrally located and close to all the attractions like the Spanish Steps. The Historic Center, which is pretty self-explanatory. Prati, which is a high-end neighborhood bordering the Tiber River. And finally, the Vatican City, where the Pope lives, but it's actually a country, but we'll talk more about that later. Shannon and I stayed at a hostel in Monte, which was okay, but if we were to do it all over again, we would probably stay in Trastevere, since it was way more lively and a bit more of our vibe with all the cool cobblestone streets, restaurants, and shops. Considering Shannon and I only had 2 days in Rome, we dropped off our bags and went straight to sightseeing. Let's start off with a little fun history lesson for you. In 1870, Rome became the capital of a newly united modern state of Italy. Shortly after that, this massive monument you see on the screen here was built to honor Italy's first king, Victor Emmanuel II, and is called Altar of the Fatherland. The purpose of this monument was to boost the morale of the Italian people after years of struggle. The monument was built in such a way to replicate what many of the buildings in Rome looked like during the height of the empire. As you can tell, they did their job. Unfortunately, this monument also experienced a few bad days herself. In 1929, Benito Mussolini used the monument to declare war on Britain and France, joining Hitler and the Axis powers in World War II, ultimately leading to Italy's defeat and Mussolini's murder by his own people. Luckily today, wars aren't being declared on the altar, and it actually provides a vantage point for some of the best views of Rome.
So one thing that's pretty cool, when you walk up the steps of the Altar of the Fatherland, you can go through this little passageway to the left, and it brings you out to this view. And this view is pretty epic because you can see a lot of Rome. And then if you look over there, we haven't even gone to the Coliseum yet. You can see that Coliseum off in the distance. You can see the Roman Forum down there. Pretty sweet view, right, Shan?
Right.
Right. All right, so Shan, tell us about this magnificent Colosseum we see in front of us.
You're the history buff. You tell him.
Oh, why thank you, Shan. No trip to Rome is complete without a trip to the Colosseum. The Colosseum was and still is a sight to behold. Constructed 2,000 years ago with the capacity to hold 50,000 spectators at its prime, it was and still is the largest amphitheater in the world, which is kind of crazy considering it only took 8 years to complete. Like many of you, my first introduction to the Colosseum was through the movie Gladiator. But turns out most gladiators didn't look like Russell Crowe, but instead more like the Big Show from WWE. They were involved in the slaughtering of hundreds of thousands of people, all for the entertainment of the citizens of Rome. And they were actually considered celebrities of the city at the time. Pretty sad to think about, but nonetheless, it was a symbol of wealth and power in the Roman Empire, and is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site that cannot be missed on your next trip. After a long day of exploring, and with a lack of sleep from the red eye, Shane and I decided to check into our hostel and freshen up before heading to dinner in Trastevere. But before heading to dinner, Shane wanted to flip a coin in Trevi Fountain, which by local legend is considered to bring you good luck.
Alright, Shan, where are we right now?
Trevi Fountain.
Trevi Fountain. This place is an absolute tourist attraction, as you can see. But we just got hustled to buy a rose from a guy.
I don't want to take it off my purse.
But now we actually have a coin to throw, so let's go do it. Ready?
Wait, I gotta take a wish.
You got a wish?
Come on.
Oh shit.
I was really thinking about it.
So fun fact about Trevi Fountain. It's estimated that 3,000 euros worth of coins get thrown in there per day. That equates to 1 million euros per year. Just insane to think about.
So consensus on Trevi Fountain. It's beautiful, but be prepared to get hustled super hard by dudes with Fujifilm Polaroid cameras trying to take pictures of you. And it being super packed. But other than that, it's a beautiful fountain. Recommend it. There's the Pantheon in all its glory.
Just around the corner from Trevi Fountain, the Pantheon is definitely a site worth checking out. It was originally built as a temple to the gods of ancient Rome, but was later converted into a church and is considered to be one of the best preserved buildings from its time.
Alright guys, so we have just arrived in Vatican City. Behind me is St. Paul's Cathedral. A few interesting facts about Vatican City is that it is the smallest country in the world. Has about 800 people that live in this country that resides in the city of Rome. Of course, obviously it's the home of the Pope and the headquarters of the Roman Catholic Church. You can see here, this is the line to get in, and didn't get the fast pass line. It's almost like a fast pass, like Disneyland. Look at this. That's the line, starts way over there, and it wraps around all the way around here. You can see Shan's not too happy because she wants gelato and she doesn't want to wait in this line. But we can't come to Rome, Italy and not see the Sistine's Chapel, if I'm saying it right. Is it Sistine?
I don't think Ramos is gonna get in.
Is it the 16th or Sistine? Alright, so another interesting fun fact. These guys in front of me, they're dressed in this orange and blue and red type of outfit. They're sellswords, or like mercenaries, from Switzerland. There's one right there, one right there, and they are pretty much hired, or they were hired, from the Pope originally in like the 1500s to come and protect the Vatican, just because Swiss soldiers are known to be like really good fighters, I guess. I don't know, I guess that's a thing. And ever since then, they've had them here and they just stand guard. Pretty interesting. You would think they'd be from Italy or Rome, but they import them from Switzerland. There you go. So we're in the Vatican Museum right now. Shan, say hi.
Hi.
And this place has probably the coolest roof in this room, whatever it is. Check this shit out. It's massive. It goes all the way from back there, all the way over here. It's amazing.
After spending a few hours checking out Vatican City and St. Paul's Cathedral, we took a 9-minute Uber to the Spanish Steps to catch the sunset and have a good dinner for our last night. One thing that really surprised me about Rome was how small it is. It really only takes about 10 to 15 minutes to get from one attraction to the next by car, and most of them are walking distance from each other, which was ideal for us considering we're only here for 2 days.
Alright, so if you guys ever come to Rome, one thing that you have to do that we almost didn't do was come to the top of the Spanish Steps. Look how epic this view is. I mean, we caught it at a pretty perfect time right now with sunset, but it's beautiful.
You may be asking yourself, you're in Rome, why is it called the Spanish Steps? Well, let me tell you. The Spanish Steps are a set of 138 steps that connect the Piazza de España at the bottom to the Church of Trinete de Monte at the top. They were originally built in the 1700s and were financed by the Spanish ambassador to the Vatican, hence why they're called the Spanish Steps. In the past, it had a pretty bad reputation as it was a hangout spot for prostitutes and pickpockets. Now, it's a great spot for people watching and for locals to gather and socialize. Definitely a spot that can't be missed, especially for a sunset, as it has some of the best views of Rome.
So Shan, where is this place we just found right now?
Wait, Bar Cello?
Cello Terrace, I think?
Cello Terrace.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Super cute. Nice view. You guys want to stop in and enjoy the sunset after you get up to the Spanish Steps, make a right, and it's this place in a super fancy hotel. We just found it, but beautiful rooftop bar.
Wait. Pro tip, make a reservation. Because we got here just in time, right?
Yeah, we did. Good job, Shan.
Well, that's it for now. We hope you enjoyed traveling with us through Rome. On the next episode, we will be traveling by train to the Almafi coast to see what the south of Italy has to offer. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the content, and subscribe if you'd like to be notified when our next video comes out. And with that, Journeyman Ram out. Peace, y'all.